Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Joe. Welcome back to the Inside Our Phillies podcast. The Phillies today held a press conference. Dave Dombrowski, Rob Thomson, they talked a little bit about the season, what they thought, and kind of getting us ready for the offseason to come. And here to talk about it, we have Jeremy, SJ Phillies fan. How is it going, man?
I mean, good. I'm just in shock what we were just talking about still.
Let's get to that first, actually, because I think people are going to be surprised to know this. But one of the things that really stuck out to me in the press conference was how much the Phillies were hyping up Otto Kemp. We heard both Dave Dombrowski and Rob Thomson mention that they think that Otto Kemp can be a starting player for this team, which I have questions about. But one of the more interesting things that also came out of it is that it was reported that Otto Kemp has been playing through some pretty severe injuries this year. Dave Dombrowski did not get into the specifics, but in Matt Gelb's article in The Athletic, which everybody should always read stuff in The Athletic, it's a great place to learn about teams. Otto Kemp has been playing through a fractured left kneecap ever since June 17th when he fouled a pitch that struck him there. Chipped off a piece of the bone, but obviously Kemp continues to play through it. He's going to have surgery for that soon, and he's also going to have a surgery on his left shoulder to clean out some damage in his left shoulder. What was your immediate reaction, Jeremy, to learning what Otto Kemp was playing through?
What the hell did they make him play through that? It's like he was lighting the world on fire, so it makes a lot more sense why he was like struggling at times. My God, the poor kid.
It's like, I mean, in some way, like, you gotta respect how much he's gone through, I guess. Like, I mean, it does make this season for him look more impressive, but at the same time, you're completely right. Like, why did the Phillies not just have him get surgery or whatever he needed to get better and just call up another player from the minor leagues?
Yeah, I really do. Yeah, it's baffling, but he's got that Philly grit. Love him. So fan base, he's our guy. I'm telling you, Ottoman Kempire.
Are you with Dave Dombrowski in that you see Otto Kemp as being a starting player for the Phillies?
Yeah, why not?
I feel like you're asking for disaster if you have Otto Kemp being a starting player. Maybe he'll be the new Max Kepler lining up in left field or something like that.
Well, the thing is, like, if you get rid of Castellanos, get rid of Kepler, you have Kemp be a left field, right field, platoon bat maybe, or just see what he does. Like, why not?
I mean, I would hope that they were going into the season with a better plan than having Otto Kemp. Like, if you want to have him on the bench, like, that's fine. Like, I like Otto Kemp. I think he has good positional versatility, even though he might not be the best at any of those given positions. But I like him enough. He's a good guy to have on the bench, especially when he has the options that he has still, which Weston Wilson is now out of. But I don't know. If there's a scenario where Otto Kemp is like starting games in like April next year, I'd be concerned, personally.
I don't know. Like, I want to see what he can do when he's healthy. I want to see if that bat will actually play up now. Like, he's young, like, he's not young, but why not? Right-handed bat, we need those. He'll be better than Castellanos as an everyday player, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, that's fair. That's fair. But we'll see what happens with Otto Kemp. I mean, that was just one of the more insane things I've ever heard about in baseball, that a team had somebody play through an injury, like a broken knee, for months on end. And to tell you the truth,
they weren't doing well. When they weren't doing, it's like, okay, like Utley played in 08 with like a torn hip half the year, but he was still like above average player. So
yeah, like, I don't think that Otto Kemp was providing that much more value than like any kind of random quad A player would do if you call them up and they don't have a broken kneecap. But it makes me wonder, what else are the Phillies making people play through? Like,
yeah. Oh yeah, like Kemp literally had 0 WAR. He was replacement. Anyone could. Yeah.
Man, that sounds unbelievably painful to play through a broken kneecap, and plus whatever was going on with his shoulder. They say it's getting cleaned up, but I mean, if he's getting surgery on it, it has to be some kind of pretty serious cleanup.
Yeah, I mean, you're the one with the shoulder injury, so you know more of this than I do. So I have no idea what they would do going and cleaning up in there.
Yeah, it's a great question. That is a great question. I think the main discussion point that people are taking away from this press conference is what Dave Dombrowski said about Bryce Harper. I'll spare everybody from the full quote, but pretty much he was saying that we will learn in the upcoming year if Bryce Harper can notch it back up and turn into a star once again, or if the Bryce Harper we saw in 2024 is the Bryce Harper that he's going to continue to be in the future. What did you make of that quote from Dave Dombrowski?
I'm okay with it. One, because I think that would fire up Bryce, and it's just this was his lowest mark in 9 years, and he was 11th in the NL and OPS. So it's just like he's still very good. It's just, so I have no problem with him saying that, and it's just also recognizing Harper was still very good, but not. It's just like it was really just the clutch situations why it seems he was so much worse. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with Bryce Harper having the truth said about him. At this point, it was his birthday a couple days ago. He's now 33 years old. I'm glad that the Phillies are acknowledging that regression happens and that when players start getting over 30, they start to lose a little bit of what made them so good with their physical tools in the 20s. And it's fine to say that. Maybe it'll motivate Bryce Harper, and maybe he'll come out on fire next year. We'll see.
Yeah, but it's just the thing with Harper has a good eye. He needs to accept what he is now and stop chasing the outside low pitch. That was his problem all year.
And into the postseason, I know a lot of people were kind of saying oh, he's just trying to catch people with that so that he can take the pitch in the playoffs and start off at bats 1-0. But that didn't happen. Bryce Harper was a little bit of a black hole in the Dodgers series.
Yeah, no, yeah. I don't know how many times I was just take the walk. He was just, it's just, it was incredibly frustrating.
Yeah. One of the other big things that we saw coming out of the press conference is that the Phillies are going to be retaining their entire coaching staff. Mike Calitri is no longer going to be the bench coach. Instead, he's going to kind of be like a field coordinator type of role. I don't know what the exact role name is, but he's going to stay on an on-field capacity for the Phillies. And the Phillies will be looking for a new bench coach where they supposedly are going to be hiring outside of the organization to get some new blood. What do you think?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
It's pretty much the Phillies are going to have a new bench coach because Calitri is getting promoted to on-field.
Yeah, like I said before, honestly, I don't know how I didn't know who the hell Calitri was. I've never heard that name in my life. If you would make me bet $1,000, I would lose that money. And yeah, so but it's it's one thing. Kevin Long, I know a lot of the fan base is upset with that. I know I wanted to change I wanted to change for the sake of change, just maybe a new voice, because these are veterans. You can't there's only so much the hitting coach can do. And then what my dad said, too many batters refuse or don't adapt or have the ability to control the strike zone. Han Soto can do it, and Turner, Castellanos, Bohm, Marsh, Sosa, and even Bader. They're free swingers, and there's only so much the hitting coach can do to change that. And honestly, they did improve this year from the problems we had last year. They were not chasing in the playoffs. The problem was they weren't making contact with the meatballs. That's a different problem now. So that might be something a new hitting coach could fix, but yeah, I don't know. But it's also probably because they want to keep Schwarber happy and Harper happy.
Well, they probably just want to get Schwarber to come back. I mean, that was it seems like the Phillies do put a lot of value on Kyle Schwarber, which fair.
Yeah. I wanted a new voice just to maybe because that could maybe fix things. But yeah, we've seen it before. Hitting coaches get fired. Rarely anything changes.
Well,
especially when these veterans.
This isn't even the hitting coach, right? It's the bench coach. I would have liked to see the hitting coach change, though.
No, I know. I'm talking about why people would have wanted the hitting coach gone and everything.
Right.
But I mean, the reason I want him gone is because it took so freaking long for them to fix Stott when it was obvious what I was screaming about for months. So that alone is me like, okay, we need a new voice. They're taking too long. But yeah, bench coach. I don't give a crap what the bench coach is. Bench coach is only there if the manager gets ejected. And that rarely happens these days, especially next year with the ABS system.
Especially with with Rob Thomson. Rob Thomson is not the kind of guy that gets himself thrown out in many games.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah.
One of the other things that kind of caught me off guard at the press conference was with Dave Dombrowski. It felt like he was just forgetting a lot of things or not realizing a lot of things. Like multiple times he was saying how the Phillies hit a lot of home runs in game 4 of the series, which obviously is the game that the Phillies lost when Kerkering threw the ball at home plate, which I thought was just weird that he said that multiple times. There was a point where he mentioned how the Phillies outscored the Dodgers in the series, and that's kind of something to be proud of, I guess. I don't know. He called Brandon Marsh a fine center fielder. There was just a lot of weird things that just didn't really give me a ton of confidence in Dave Dombrowski.
I mean, yeah, congrats. We outscored them because we shot on Kershaw in an inning. Congrats.
Yeah, they did.
We lost every other game. We lost every other game, meaning did it. But it's the problem with we've been saying all year with this offense. They will blow up in one inning and not show up for like the rest of the series. So which is exactly what happens. So,
well, the thing is, if they at least can consistently get that one big inning, it's fine. But when you're going against a team that's really good, like the Dodgers, an unbelievable amount of talent, I think it's frustrating to lose in a way that people feel is preventable. And ultimately, that Dodgers series was winnable, and they just lost it. And now you see the Dodgers up 3-0 in the NLCS, and I can't help but think, like, this should have been the Phillies.
Yep. But again, this also might have been avoided. They didn't care enough to try for the 1 seed.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, they were so close to getting it. That last day of the season, they could have gotten it.
I know, but they threw that game away again after, was it the Twins? Yeah, they just threw that game away, like, to even make it put pressure on the Brewers. They just, like, I mean, that's the kind of problem, like, I have with this organization. Like, it's just, they should have known, they should have been worried about facing the Dodgers in a 5-game series.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but, like, at some point, you have to play the Dodgers. And I actually don't know how much I believe that it is better to go against the Dodgers in a longer series, because that pitching staff is that pitching staff, nonetheless.
No, but the reason why they were doing so well against us is because they were able to use their starters as the relievers. They wouldn't have been able to use everyone as a reliever in a 7-game series.
Not as much. I mean, Sasaki would still be coming out of the bullpen all the time. They still have Kershaw out of the bullpen. Yeah, you wouldn't have Glasnow out of the bullpen. Glasnow would not be out of the bullpen. You'd still get Sheehan out of the bullpen, though.
Yeah, but we almost hit him, I thought.
Almost.
Yeah. But it's just it's just that lack of it's just that lack of, like, I want them to see, like, we do actually care about everything. We want, I don't
know. No, I think that's totally fair, and I get what you're saying, without a doubt. What really came off to me listening to the press conference from Dave Dombrowski was like, I get that the point of these press conferences are not necessarily to be honest and say what you really think. But then there were times where Dave Dombrowski was saying what he really thought. Like about Bryce Harper, he said the absolute truth. Then there are other times where it was questioning to me if he was really saying what he believed. And one of the times that really sticks out is Dave Dombrowski was asked a question about the age of the Phillies and that this is a core that's been together for longer than pretty much any kind of core ever has in baseball. There's been such little turnover of the roster, and if he thinks that bringing in these guys 1 year older has the potential of leading to a different result, and he brought up like some really really weird examples, like how the Golden State Warriors made the playoffs with like 4 starters over the age of 35 last year. And he talked about like the Yankees from 20 years ago. And there's just like some weird examples of like, is this who we're trying to be? Like, are we just trying to be the Golden State Warriors of 2024, 2025? Like, is that the goal? Like, at some point, I think anybody has to realize that age comes for athletes.
Yeah, Yeah, yeah. So, the age we'll get rid of. We're going to get rid of Castellanos. But like a lot of big problem is there are no good catchers that are young at all in the free agency. So we have to sign JT.
Yeah, no, their hands are pretty much tied with JT. And with Castellanos, I don't want to say too much that's inside of Matt Gelb's article, but he did say in the article that he heard from club sources that Castellanos is going to be traded or released in the offseason.
I mean, Gelb has been like suggesting that subtly throughout his articles like the whole year.
Yes, but not explicitly spelled out like he did in this one.
Yes. Yeah, I mean the fact that like Dombrowski like gave like the most plain answer on when asked about him is even more. He gone.
Yeah, I mean, it makes me wonder, like, what does the outfield look like? Because based on what Dave Dombrowski said, Castellanos probably not going to be here. Kepler probably not going to be there. Crawford, it sounds like, is going to be ready to come up as soon as the season starts. So maybe you're like, your opening day outfield is Crawford in center, Marsh in left, and like Kemp or some kind of free agent, hopefully a free agent in right field.
Yeah.
I feel like that. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, that doesn't seem like a outfield that's going to get a ton of offensive production to me. But
I'm looking at right field. Yeah, it's Kyle Tucker, but he's a lefty. But it cost a shit ton. But
that's not happening.
I know. Ramon Laureano could be a free agent. He'd like a club option. They're probably going to pick it up. If he gets a free agency, I sign him. He's 31, but ready bat. See if we try and get him for a couple-year deal. I don't know.
Maybe the answer is just that they bring back Harrison Bader. Maybe it's just that simple. Because he did say, Dave Dombrowski, that he believes that Harrison Bader was better than his career average this year, even though he's getting older, because of some changes he made to his swing. He didn't specify what those changes are, but it seems like there might be something that was behind Bader's improvements this season.
Yeah. I mean, maybe we'll finally trade for Luis Robert Jr.
Yeah, imagine that.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
what if the White Sox just don't pick up his option to save money? That'd be a very White Sox thing to do, even though they're going to end up getting nothing from him. Maybe they just don't pick up the option they have. It's an expensive option.
But my question, if Marsh can play, I want to know, can Marsh play right? That's what I want to know. If he can play right, that makes everything so much easier.
He could definitely play right. If he can, like, he's not great in center field. He's not good in center field, but he isn't like a butcher in center field. So I'm sure he can play right.
I know his only problem in center is just reading the jump off the ball. It's just like it.
Weird. Yeah.
Because like it's just like he just can't read. Like he backs up or goes in. It's weird. I mean, I'm not the same way, so I get it. Here we go. Do you bring back Austin Hayes and give him a proper?
Yeah. That fills me with optimism. I mean, it does seem like
he fell off a cliff after starting hot, didn't he?
It does seem like the outfield is going to be where they're looking, though, because Dave Dombrowski also said that the infield feels solidified. So that maybe makes you think that they are not going to be trading Bohm or Stott. But at the same time, he said that Aiden Miller is almost ready. Maybe he could be ready by the time the regular season starts. So if you have Miller coming up, then all of a sudden you don't have room for all these guys. Trey Turner is certainly not moving off of shortstop. I guess the one way you would have room for Turner, Stott, Bohm, and Aiden Miller is if you don't sign Kyle Schwarber and you move Bryce Harper to DH.
Yeah. I mean, maybe we trade Bohm. Maybe we move Bohm to the outfield for Miller. I don't know. Stick him in left. Stick him in left.
I'll be the first person to trade Bohm, but just the word solidified for the infield is just a little bit.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. I mean, I'm Stott improved a lot that second half. Turner won the batting title. Harper's Harper. Bohm is Bohm. Who knows? Maybe he'll be better next year.
I don't know if Bohm's worth the option. They're the
who's going to play?
11, 12.
who could he get him though? Who's going to replace him? Like the free agency is terrible this year.
Aiden Miller?
Bregman's old. Yeah, but then you get rid of Bohm. Fine, yeah, trade him.
And I'm fine. Like if you want to sign Bregman, I mean, I guess it's a weird fit.
He's not going to sign for a short-term deal. It would have been this year would have been the year.
Yeah, I mean, it was a 3-year deal he signed last year, right? Like 3 years, 120 million.
With opt-outs. Yeah, if he takes the same deal again, fine, I do that.
Yeah, give him opt-outs. That's fine.
He's not going to want to. He's going to want he's going to want the long term.
Probably. I'm a little like, it's been reported for a long time that he was going to opt out, but like I feel like he's not a $40 million a year player. I think it's a little bit weird that he opted out of that. I don't know. It's just me.
Well, because he wants the long-term total amount more, which I can get, but it's like, what do you do with that much more money? I never understand it, but whatever.
I mean, I guess you'd rather have 4 years, 120 million than 2
1 year
years
40,
for 80.
Yeah.
Because you had 2 years and
exactly.
80. I don't know. But then go to free agency in 2 years and just sign like a, 3-year, $40 million deal, and you're still, I don't know, whatever. I get.
I never said these guys are smart.
I mean, it all depends on the value, right? I guess you'd rather have $1 now than $1 tomorrow. I don't know. But yeah, there were a lot of weird things in Dave Dombrowski's press conference that kind of just surprised me. On the other hand, like Rob Thomson's press conference felt like very standard. Dave Dombrowski said that he was going to be looking to extend Rob Thomson's contract another year. So now he'll have a contract going through 2027.
That's just standard. No one likes making their manager be the lame duck.
It's fine, right? Like that doesn't really mean much. I agree with you. So yeah, Rob Thomson, he'll be back. We knew that. Rob Thomson will get another year on his deal. Not that there is likely to be baseball in 2027, anyways. So we'll see what happens. See what happens there. Anything else you had about the press conferences from today?
No, I mean, the fact that nothing was getting changed, that just it was the worst case scenario. I mean, but also they're not gonna just say, oh yeah, we're trading Bohm, we're doing this. They're not gonna do that because that just removes any leverage you have.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're not going to be outright negative in that kind of press conference. And I guess if you want to read the tea leaves and think like, okay, what players did Dave Dombrowski give less hype to? There was not as much Alec Bohm hype. There was not a ton of discussion about Brandon Marsh. There was nothing about Weston Wilson, despite Otto Kemp getting gushed about for a long time. And Weston Wilson also was not going to have options anymore, so he is probably...
He's gone. He's gone. He was a nice flash in the pan in 2024.
He had that cycle.
Yeah, that was a nice story. But like he's the guys that Daniels does. He's that bench player who had that nice year with you, and then you stick around for way too long. Like the Phillies have a track record of keeping these guys way too long.
Yeah, it seems like they were very happy with the job that Marchand did as the backup catcher. It's probably safe to assume that friend of the podcast, Garrett Stubbs, is not going to be returning to the Phillies next year, at least with the major league deal.
Maybe he's the bench coach.
Maybe he's the bench coach. Imagine that. That would be something. Just the first thing that came to mind was Andres Blanco, 2015, 1.4 WAR with us, hit 292. He with nothing play really before that. For 2 more years, he was a negative WAR player, both years. Like we just do this. We keep these utility guys that have like one good year. It's just stupid. I mean, I guess when they're pre-arb, it doesn't cost money. It costs like $780,000 a year, but whatever.
How long did it take us to send John Wilson this year when he was doing nothing?
Yeah, I mean, that was also like weird injuries that we had over the course of the year. I mean, I guess they must have not been confident with the guys they had if they had Otto Kemp playing for months on a broken knee.
Well, yeah, we had no one in AAA.
They should have brought back Scott Kingery.
Kingery the Dingery?
Kingery played on the major leagues this year on the Angels. How many at-bats did he end up getting?
Yeah, in 29 plate appearances, 27 at-bats, he had 4 hits, 1 double, 11 strikeouts. OPS of 392.
Dear God, he had negative .7 WAR in 27 at bats. Holy
Yeah.
Christ, that is horrific.
Yeah. Yeah.
His career WAR is now in the negative. Poor Scotty Jetpacks.
I mean, he did it to himself.
I guess so. Good for him for making it back. He did it. We'll always be able to.
And that's why I don't. The people are like, oh, why you take that? Just why you take that deal? You could make all that money, and he would have been let go way earlier if he wasn't on that contract.
Yep, you're totally spot on about that. Okay, he's coming out a very rich man because of playing baseball. Anyways, now that we're talking about other teams, what do you think about the playoffs so far? As we're talking right now, the Dodgers won Game 3 of the NLCS. They're up 3-0 over the Brewers. Toronto is winning 3-1 in Game 4 of the ALCS. If that score holds, it'll be 2-2.
Yeah, I mean, was it Game 1 of the Brewers series was just totally insane. You had what's his face get out of the way of a potential of a tie hit by pitch that would have tied the game, which like I understand why people were like he got way too much crap for that. Like I would have been, yes, you take that, you turn in, you always have to be, you should be aware of the situation. The guy is wild, he's gonna come in, I'm gonna wear it. But like I can't blame the guy for having a reaction to dodge a baseball coming right at you.
Yeah. I mean, the Brewers just look completely outmatched. It's looking like this is most likely going to be a sweep, and the Dodgers will go to the World Series again. Do you agree with that?
Yeah. But hey, you never know. Anything could happen.
What do you think about the ALCS? Obviously, it's only the third inning in this game right now, but who do you think is going to come out of that ALCS?
I mean, I want the Mariners so I can have like a true team to true. I mean, obviously I would for the Blue Jays up at the Dodgers, but the Blue Jays beat the Phillies 9-3, therefore they're enemy. Forever hate them. But yeah, I mean, I want the Mariners. I wanted the Mariners Brewers World Series just to say suck it to the media market of the TV contract shit.
I'm with you,
Also,
but I mean,
also because two teams never had the World Series. Get that shit out of the way. But I mean, I want the Mariners to win. They've never even been to the World Series.
Yeah, no, I'd love if the Mariners won the World Series, but like, I don't know. Being realistically, like the chances the Dodgers win the World Series have to be at least like 65%.
Yeah, no. I know, my fear was if we did somehow make it to the World Series, we would of course lose to the Mariners.
Yeah, imagine that. I mean, it wouldn't be as upsetting as losing to like the Astros in 22 because that was like a true villain team that this Mariners team is
Yeah,
not.
but still, I wasn't upset in 22. Any sensible fan was just like, we made it past the NLDS, everything was house money.
In the moment, yeah, but I think looking back on it, it just gets more painful, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, if we want to look around that, I mean, we probably would have won if he didn't fucking back Castellanos behind Harper the whole fucking time.
I mean, that's always been a problem with Harper, getting the protection behind him. One other thing, well, with the Dodger talk we've done a little bit here, like, do you think the severity of the lockout or whatever we're going to end up seeing in 2027 would be worse if the Dodgers won the World Series again and kind of steamrolled their way back to back?
No.
Why not?
No. Because if the owners actually truly cared about the fairness of the salary and everything, they would open their books and show how much money they're losing if it were true.
Well, yeah, no, I agree with that. But I also think that the way that the Mets and the Dodgers spend is not sustainable for every team, right? Like, I think that you have to have both extremes kind of get significantly closer to the median.
What the Mets are doing is totally. I agree with that. That there needs to be get rid of the stupid. There needs to be get rid of the loophole about what's
players getting posted from Japan and Korea and stuff like that.
No. God.
Deferred money.
Yes, thank you. God, I was blanking on that. Yeah, basically they need to do with the NHL. The NHL had to deal with this for like a bit when they had to get rid of like you can't these giant contracts like clearly like a 15-year contract when clearly it's just like so that you can spread it out. So they need to get rid of the deferred, like make a cap on deferred money or some shit. Like it can't be 90% of the salary
Right.
deferred. So that would solve the Dodger problem. Mets. That's really it. The Dodgers wouldn't be doing this if they didn't have the deferred money loophole. I truly believe that.
And
They wouldn't be able to do that as
players,
well.
international players need to find some way into the draft. Maybe you see if they're at the age where they can sign for like whatever money they want. Like Sasaki was young enough where his deal was only coming out of like slot money or something like that. But when you're most players that get posted like Shohei Ohtani,
I mean,
Yoshinobu
the problem
Yamamoto.
is California is so close to is not so close. It's just way closer to Japan. Yeah, it has like a lot of Asians in LA already, and SF, for example, like the great Japan towns and everything. So
They go to the Mariners all the time too, just because it's closer than
exactly. No, it's just exactly. They go to the Mariners, the Dodgers, and
the Mets and the Yankees and the Giants.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like,
the two richest teams on but it makes sense why they go on the West Coast though. Like for the
it totally makes sense. But that's what I'm saying. Like they need to find a way where these players are part of like the draft in the same way that people that are getting drafted out of high school or college are. Maybe you have some kind of thing where they have to go right into like their arbitration years, so you only get 3 years of control because it wouldn't be fair for them to have 3 pre-arb years and then 3 arbitration years. So maybe you just skip the pre-arb years where they don't get paid a lot. But I think that even bigger than the deferral problem to me, which is a big problem, I think that the international posting problem is a bigger problem as far as like the sanctity of the game.
I know, but there's a precedent for doing changes like this. When Puerto Rico was added to the draft, baseball investment in Puerto Rico went way down.
Yeah, I mean it's a tough problem to solve. I'm glad that I'm not part of like the labor negotiation team that's going to be dealing with this in a year. There's no clean or easy solution, but
I know. But if it's still free agents, they're gonna choose Mariners, Dodgers just out of this. It's close to Japan. It's literally just close to Japan.
It makes complete sense. Put a team out in Guam. How about we get like the Guam palm trees or something like that, and all the Japanese players and Korean players, everything like that. It'd be cool if there was a superpower in Guam.
But I know, but it's interesting with the culture. You have all these like Dominican Republic players, all those Hispanic they don't mind going to just anywhere. But like the Japan players seem to be able to go home or be close to home. Which I could be totally wrong here, but
makes complete sense though. With like the time of like when people at their home can watch the games. Like if you're living in Cuba, right, you can watch a game that's happening no matter where it's going on. But if you're living in Japan, it's a lot harder to watch the games if you're playing in Miami.
Fair.
There's so many challenges that baseball's going to have to tackle.
Yeah.
But
also, but didn't we offer Yamamoto? We offered Yamamoto the biggest contract, right? That came out.
Yeah. But I mean, the Phillies need to invest. It's kind of like you have a couple different problems because like, you got to invest in the market so that you can attract future talent. But until you do that, you're not going to attract talent. So like, where do you start? You start with like getting guys that are the more fringy players that probably aren't going to make the major league roster. And the Phillies did like Kogo Ayagi last offseason, but he was a AA pitcher, pitched a few innings in AAA, and then the Phillies released him. Like that's probably not going to make a big impact on the Japanese market.
I totally forgot about him.
He was bad. He was not good.
Yeah. No, but like I mean, just the Phillies never like go back in time. They blew their moment in 2007. Tadahito Iguchi. He was great with the Phillies. The fan base loved him.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Really good point.
Tadahito's Burritos was a hilarious fan name.
That is a great point. As the Blue Jays just took a 4-1 lead on the Mariners.
We had Tadahito Iguchi in 07, and in 08 we had Sota Gucci, right?
Yeah, yep. I remember Sota Gucci in MLB 2008 Power Pros.
Yeah, but no. So like we were like for a couple of years have we had a Japanese like player since?
I mean, we had like Aoyagi last offseason, but as far as the major league team goes, I don't think so. No.
Yeah.
So I mean,
No, but I know. So like they're 20 years and they haven't like. I mean, that's how much with problems we have at the moment. Seem like we have made no effort to make any international like big presence in Asia.
what I think the Phillies should consider in the offseason, I mean, I would love to sign Murakami, even though he might not stick at third base and he's going to strike out a lot. You know, his power is real, and he's young enough where I think he could develop to be a good major league player. But beyond that, like, what if the Phillies were creative and they traded? You know, what I feel bad because of what happened to end his season. But what if they traded a Ryan Kerkering? Like, this is a guy that still is pre-arb, so he has a lot of value. 4 years of team control as one of the better relievers in the sport. Like, if you headline a package around a Ryan Kerkering, you can probably get back major league talent outfield.
Yeah, I know. I got like flack on this when we come on the subreddit. Like, I wouldn't be opposed to trading him for a change of scenery thing because he has struggled in the postseason every year with us. But forget this and look with that. He's the problems with runners on base. We've seen his composure. Like, I wouldn't. It's like a Sega. I wouldn't trade him for nothing. But if you get good deal for it, one, he's a reliever. He's not going to be the closer with us anytime soon. So his value will never be higher probably than it. Like, he's young, so I wouldn't be like you. I would trade it if you get a valuable asset in return. Why wouldn't you take that change of scenery for him and stuff?
Right. You could feel awful for him, and I do on a human level, but you know, you can also want him to get traded for a change of scenery, for whatever the Phillies can get back. Because he's probably one of the more valuable pieces the Phillies have.
Yeah, and like you don't trade him for nothing. But if there's a valuable offer, why wouldn't you take it?
Yeah, like for a team that wants to compete and needs the right kind of guys, like a Bowman Kerkering package probably does get you back something that's halfway decent.
Okay, because don't forget, we drafted a shit ton of college pitchers that could possibly be relievers. So
yeah, I mean, Gage Wood might make the debut next year. Gage Wood absolutely could be a fast riser, and
but like our bullpen by July could be a bunch of guys who drafted last year.
And maybe, I mean, look how different the bullpen was this July compared to when we started with Carlos Hernandez and Jose Ruiz and all of those guys were gone.
Yeah, no, exactly. So, yeah, if Kerkering plus Braun can get you a decent bat, right-handed outfield bat, why wouldn't you do it?
Yeah, and it's just a matter of finding the right, person, the right team that would want that. Or maybe it has to be like a 3-team deal where, you kind of trade them for some prospects from another team, and then you trade the prospects to get an outfield bat from another team that might be trying to sell off an outfield bat. But there's ways to work around it, and I hope that the Phillies finally exhibit some creativity that I've personally wanted out of them for a long time.
Bohm, Kerkering, and Crawford for Merrill Kelly. Do you say no? I mean, Jackson Merrill. Okay, Jackson Merrill, sorry.
I was going to say Merrill Kelly, hell no.
Yeah.
Jackson Merrill, I would do that, but I don't think that would be enough for Jackson Merrill. What if?
A little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's so many ways that you could go about it. We're going to learn a lot more about who's going to be available. Like, what do the 2028 free agents look like? That's like, want to look a couple years ahead.
I'm looking at 2027 though.
Sure.
Or after 2026, the catchers are still nothing.
I mean, you got Acuna. After 28.
Yeah, the second half. I'm not gonna be. I think Acuna might be cooked.
It's possible. No, it's possible. Jordan Alvarez. I mean, that's more of a DH type, right?
And who knows with his health too? He's
Jarren Duran could be interesting.
Yeah, but we need righties. Like, why is there no good righty bats anymore? It's insane.
It's so weird, right? So strange.
Oh, Isaac Paredes.
Hey,
in 2027 after 2027.
What about like I mean, that's another lefty, but I like Jung-Hoo Lee a lot.
But he can't stay healthy either.
Yeah. Oh, man. It's tough out here, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's tough. You got Riley Green. Riley Green is, I don't know. He's another lefty. It's weird. It's so weird. You're so right about just like the lack of right-handed outfielders. But anyways.
Like, is it even Joe Adell a lefty? Like,
I think he is, right?
No, he's a righty. Oh my god. Of course his value is never be higher, but he still wasn't great this year.
Yeah, I mean you're buying high, but I think
you're
buying high on
you're buying high on still crap. I mean,
a Ryan Kirkering should be more than you need to trade for Joe Adell.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, his OPS, his on base percentage was still under 300. His OPS was still under 800, but he hit 37 home runs.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all.
Yeah.
Well, cool.
Maybe Long can fix him.
Oh man, that was a joke, right?
Who knows? The Angels are so bad at everything. Long is still a decent coach. You can't deny that. He's still a decent coach.
Better than what the Angels have. Better than what the Angels have.
Exactly.
Fair enough. All right.
I figured out the solution. The Phillies need to send you and I to Japan for a year, and just we'll promote the Phillies for them.
There you go. Let's do it. I when I was in Guam last November, I did see a Phillies hat in Guam, which really surprised me. I did not expect that to be over in Guam. But once I was in Japan, which I flew to from Guam, it was just L.A. New York merch. That was all of the baseball stuff that I saw.
I mean, it'd be just crazy. Like they had the Red Sox had it with Daisuke, and then
yeah. Oh man, that's a good point. That's a real good point. I love Daisuke. He was so cool.
He was pretty. He was a bust. He was not anything.
Well, he was good, and then he wasn't good, right? Like it wasn't like a complete...
he hit a WAR of 4, and then 5, and then replaced the player.
Yeah, the injuries I think messed him up too.
Yeah, but I mean his FIP was never below 4 though, so
right. Yeah. Well, is there anything else that you have for today's show before we get even more off topic, which is cool to be, but I think that I'm out of stuff that I had to talk about tonight.
Yeah, no, it's 5-1 now. Jeez. But yeah, no, we're good.
Awesome. Well, thank you everybody for listening. If you have any questions in the future, feel free to put them in the podcast chat. I've seen some activity there in the last few days, but no questions to any of that yet. Coaster Craze wanted the emergency reaction to Thomson coming back, which I don't know. How do you feel? I don't like it, but I get it.
Yeah, there was never going to be an emergency podcast of Thomson coming back. Thomson getting fired would have been an emergency podcast.
Yes. But I don't know. I don't think Rob Thomson is the worst. I don't think he's the best. I think he's more bad than he is good. And I want the Phillies to change, and I'm disheartened by the fact that they're probably not going to change as much as I wanted.
No. I mean, the Thomson is what he is. He will say one thing that sounds like a good plan and then ignore it when it comes to an in-game decision. That's his problem. He doesn't just. Because we win. We beat the Dodgers if he sticks to his plans for game 1 and 2.
Yeah, no, you're spot on. I don't know. The Dodgers series is going to stay with me for a really long time. Not only emotionally, well, also my Discord. It's also my Discord profile picture that is always going to be there forever and ever. But thank you for very much for coming on, SJ. Thank you everybody for listening. If you have any questions, put them in the podcast channel in our Discord server. The link to that will be in the show notes. And
not just questions. Give us ideas for off-season topics you want to talk about. Well, we already have some ideas for some silly ones, but let us know.
Yeah, at some point we are going to run out of stuff, so we're going to need help as we kind of trudge through this off-season.
I got tons of random Phillies talk we can do.
Oh, that's great with me. That's awesome with me. We'll talk about that more. But everyone, I hope you have a great day. This is probably going to upload it on Friday, if I'm being honest. So see you later.
Bye.